Jefferson here of Fabulous Fit Squad, and I wanted to welcome you to FabFit TV. I am your host, and I work with women to help them break free of the diet mindset so they can live a life of balance, peace, and harmony. So tonight, I'm kind of in a really good mood. Like, we're having a great Indian summer here in Boston, and last week or 2 weeks ago, I started talking about my thriving framework. The four pieces that you need in order to create this healthy, thriving life. And last week I laid it out that you need the courage to figure out what it is that you want to achieve. You need to have the creativity to make it work for your life. You need to have the consistency so that it's not this stopping and starting cycle that we always seem to fall into. And then you also need to have the confidence that, even though you might not see the end of the road, you have to realize that this is the path that you should be on. And so today over the next few shows, I really want to break that apart and really unpack what the heck that all means. And I really want to start with creativity. And I wanted to start with creativity because one of my biggest challenges when I start working with clients is that, they have this list in their head of it should be, in order to lose weight, have more energy, still go to my job, still be with my kids, my spouse, it has to be, I have to do blah, 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 and blah. And if I don't do, all these boxes aren't checked, it's crap. And, why even try? And that frustrates me because I live that. I live that all or nothing lifestyle. And it is a prison. It is a prison of your own design. So I want to break you out of jail and help you get to a point where you don't feel that you don't feel like a prisoner, that you are able to confidently, creatively go out and enjoy your life while maintaining your healthy, happy lifestyle. All right? So one of my biggest things is really pick what time you have. Look at your calendar every Sunday. I sit down and I say, what's going on this week? And then I say to myself, okay, I got this. So then I figure out, all right, I can work out on Tuesday this week, I can work out on Thursday this week, I can work out on Friday this week, and I can work out on Saturday this week. Boom. Done. It's in my calendar. It is a schedule that I can't break. Now, there are times, say, for example, I travel. So I have a travel week coming up in a few weeks. So I know that from Wednesday through Saturday, I'm going to be pretty much in a conference room. So that means Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday are going to be my workout days. So it's every week I put fluidity in my schedule so that I look at what's going on in my life and then I accept what's going on in my life and I say, okay, if I'm going away Wednesday through Saturday and I probably won't be able to work out, then I'm going to make sure that Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday I move my body at least 30 minutes a day. And even though I try my best to work out at least 4 days a week, some weeks like that, I'm you know what? It's going to be 3, but who knows? I might be able to squeeze in a workout while I'm away. But I don't want to say I'm going to squeeze out a workout because then it sets myself up for oh, I'm a loser, I suck because I couldn't get it done. Where when I'm traveling and I'm supporting a client, I'm on their time. And so I don't want to ever detract from their time because I need to work out. So does that make sense? So I get creative with what my schedule is. So I still consistently work out, but I ebb and flow the amount of time that I work out. And if I miss, if I'm consistently hitting the gym 4 to 5 days a week, and I take it down to 3 days or 2 days for 1 week, it's not hurting anything. I'm not setting anything back. I'm just making sure that I stick to my guns and I stay consistent. I also build creativity in on those days. So for example, I'm traveling, I might walk more. because, I'm in this, most times I'm in a different city. So I'm going to be, and 9 times out of 10, I typically don't rent a car depending on where I am. So I'm going to be walking a lot more. So that's kind of like my trade-off, that I'm going to be walking a lot more. And so it, feeds into this whole, the 10,000 steps. You see everybody running around with a Fitbit or their Apple Watch or some kind of tracker. I want to make sure that when I'm not able to work out, I'm able to at least hit 10,000 steps. And that way it just shows me that I was moving and grooving. And 10,000 steps is 5 miles. I walked 5 miles in a day. So that, that to me is another way to be like, okay, I was at least active. I just didn't sit and wasn't very sedentary with my life. I'm a big proponent of walking, and I live in the city, so I'm able to walk a lot of different places. So think to yourself, are there places that you can just park your car and just go for a nice walk? Can you park your car, I live here in Boston, so it's really easy to park your car by the river and go for a nice walk around the river. Is it easy enough for you to, park your car and go into, a nature preserve or go into a state park and just walk in the commune with nature? Those are the creative ways. And then bring your family, bring a friend, make it a way for you to catch up, be social, but also get activity. I have a friend that I hadn't seen in a long time, and we got together for a walk. It would be so easy to get together for coffee, so easy to do coffee. But we're like, hey, let's get together, let's go for a walk. And it was just nice to be able to be out in the fresh air and then just catch up on all that's going on in our world. One of the best things that everyone always talks about, as far as exercise first thing in the morning. I was not a morning person. And I started exercising in the morning because I found that by the end of the day, stuff happens. Deadlines get changed, your boss dumps stuff on your lap at the last minute, kids get sick, you don't feel like it, and that workout is just out the window. I found when I worked out in the morning, all the excuses were off the table. Like, my boss didn't expect me to be at work at 5:30 in the morning. My boss wouldn't call me in the middle of the night and be like, hey girl, you gotta make sure you get blah, blah, blah done. So all those like external excuses were gone because I was the captain on my day. And when I found out I worked out in the morning, I had a better outlook on the day because I did something for me first. Then I was also able to, sometimes I would work out a problem, then I'm like, oh my God, gosh, that felt like such a problem, but it was so simple. So I started working out in the morning. So many people are like, oh, I'm not a morning person. Well, what if you got up 10 minutes early, 15 minutes early? And what if that, in that 10 or 15 minutes you're able to do a lap around the block? Maybe that 10 or 15 minutes you're able to toss on a yoga video. Maybe that 10 or 15 minutes you're able to be able to put on demand or YouTube and just move your body for 10 to 15 minutes. Like, imagine what that would be like. Because when you get creative, it's not about the amount of time. It's like, let's just start to try on different things. Let's start to try on what might feel good so that when you start to feel good, it's that little snowball that eventually flows down the hill that becomes an avalanche. And then, I want you to be able to look back maybe a month, 3 months, a year, and be like, it all started with me getting up 10 minutes early and shaking it to 2 songs on my iPod. It all started with me getting up and doing a yoga video. One of my favorite yoga videos, and I'm not a yoga person, I really can only spend like 20, 30 minutes with myself. Yoga by Adriene. It's a YouTube channel, and she has like videos that are, full-length videos, but then she also has like, 20-minute yoga videos. She also has very specific, like yoga for sciatica, yoga for your back, so I like that about her. But, there are plenty of other ways to get a good workout without you leaving the house. So I always make sure that I stretch or I do something first thing in the morning, get in, get out, get it done. I also, when I go to the grocery store, I know this might sound weird, when I go to the grocery store, I don't push my cart out. I grab my bags and I walk out the grocery store. And so in gym speak, that's called a farmer's carry. So back in the olden days, when farmers would like bring stuff in and out of the barn, from the fields, they literally held things in their hands and they walked from here, there, and everywhere. And that helps you to build a nice posture. So like, my shoulders are back. I'm like using my core, I'm staying nice and solid as I bring my groceries to my car. And if anyone who has lived in the city or lived in a walk-up, didn't take a car to get groceries, you know what it's like. You just want to grab as many bags as you can and make as few trips as possible up and down the stairs. I used to live on the 3rd floor, so I would grab as many bags as I could, and I would literally sprint up the stairs, because just using momentum to get me up the stairs so I wouldn't have to come back down. I also say to people, I believe in acts of daily living. So for me, acts of daily living are things that you normally do, that it's just part of your life. So, so many people will tell me that they have a dog. And I say, that's great, but it's an act of daily living, because your body is used to you getting up and taking Fido out for however long you take Fido out for. So what I say to them is like, great. What I would do is vary your walks. So if you normally take Fido out for a mile walk, I don't have a dog, so I'm making this up. But if you normally take Fido out for a mile walk, make that walk 2 miles one day. Make that walk 3 miles one day. And then you can go back to your mile. Because when your body gets used to something, it knows what's happening. And it's not adapting. And your body's very smart. And so you want your body to be guessing. You want your body to be like, is it a mile? Is it 2 miles? Are we going to walk fast? Are we going to walk slow? Like, what's going to happen? Because the more you keep your body guessing, the more it's able to adapt with you on the fly. One of the simplest and easiest ways I know how to start to shrink your body is get some sleep. And so many of us get by. I can get by on this amount of hours. I can get by. Stop with the getting by. There's no such thing as makeup. So many people are like, oh, well, I make it up on weekends. I call malarkey. This is a family show, but if this was not a family show, I would call it something more. You can't make it up. There's no makeups, right? This is an exam. Your life is an exam where you're going to make it up. You're going to sprint to the finish line. Doesn't work. So sleeping, and I've talked about this on the show before. I ritualize it. I ritualize my sleep. And what I'll do is I'll link to this in the show notes. I ritualize my sleep. I sleep like a champ. I have, I set a timer, actually on your Fitbit or on your cell phone, you can set a timer for when you want to go to bed. And I set a timer for when I want to go to bed, and I have my 10-10-10. I journal for 10 minutes, I read for 10 minutes, I meditate for 10 minutes, lights out. And that way, you're telling your body it's time to go to bed. Think about it, it's kind of like if you have children, or you've seen someone with children, there's this whole ritual. There's tubby time, then there's X number of stories, and then you have to have the animals in the right spot, and all the little things. That's you. You are that 9-year-old. You're the 9-year-old you, and you need to do that, because when you sleep more, later in the day, and you drag in tushy, you're not reaching for those sugar-filled treats. You're not reaching for those caffeine, filled beverages. You're not reaching for the Red Bulls. You're reaching for nothing, because you're fully awake. You're amped up, you're wired, because you got enough sleep. You recharge your battery. It's kind of like, how many of you don't charge your phone every night? Every night, I put my phone on the charger before I go to bed. Because I know there's no way I can make it through the day a full charge without recharging it the night before. So that's you. You're your cell phone, so charge yourself up. So many people will vilify this, but I believe in moderation across everything. I'm always going to be in moderation. It's rare that I'll tell you no. I'm always going to say in moderation. And in moderation, I believe that you can have sugar. I have sugar every single day in my coffee. Take that away from me and we're going to have to fight. So for those people who are like, oh, do get sugar detox. How long do you last? seriously, like, let me know, how long do you last after you do detox? 2 months, 3 months, 3 days? I don't know. Because it's just, I know I need that sugar in my coffee. It's my jam. It's what gets me out of bed in the morning. It makes me skip. It makes me sing. It makes me sing hallelujah. So if you are going to have that, think about it in moderation. So that's, my way of being creative, where if you're someone who, I have a client, when we started working together, she had 6 of those little Ghirardelli chocolate squares, 6 a day. So then I was like, okay, who doesn't like a sweet treat? But I was like, what if you had 2? I'm saving calories, I'm saving fat, and I'm saving, there's no nutritional value to chocolate. It's all mental value. And I was like, what if we did 2 a day? You're still getting it in, but we're not having the 6. So if you're having like a candy bar a day, or you have that little nibble of ice cream at night, let's just scale that back, and maybe you had it once a week. And don't talk to me about those artificial ice creams. It just filled with artificial crap. So you're better off not eating that and having the real stuff. We talked about, getting up 10 minutes early, but what if, during the day you took a break and you scheduled 20 minutes to go for a walk? Now, I know I'm someone who, when I start working, I'm like a snowball. It's like, clock's on, I'm like, go, 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 because I want to keep my momentum. But sometimes when I feel blocked, then I'm just like sitting at my desk, and no matter how many times I say, I need to finish this, my brain's like, we're on strike. We're not finishing it. There's no need. Like, you just do you, girl. I will go for a walk, or I'll completely leave my office and I will jump on the trampoline. I'll do something that is active. So I want you to think about, could you in your day, for years I taught at lunchtime, and that was like people's break in the day. That was their way of committing to themselves. That was a way of committing to themselves, but then it was also their way of, taking a break, breaking away from their desk, breaking away from work, and sweating it out, and then going back to work. So think about, is that something that's possible for you? And, it's not, I get it, like during the day it's not possible. Some people have they're like, oh, I don't want to shower during the day, or, do my hair, so I get it, but like a walk. When I was working in corporate, me and my partner, she and I, we would go for walks. And it was our way of having our meeting, but at the same time, just getting away from the office. I worked in a really stressful environment, and just literally removing myself from the situation was so helpful. So helpful. So think about that. And research shows that walking improves your fitness just as much as running. I know I see, when I go for my walks around the river, I see all those people running, and no one's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm running on the river. They're all like, I can't believe I'm running on the river. So really, don't, think, I find walking to be relaxing. Walking is like a nice meditation for me. I put on my iPod and I listen to a audiobook, I listen to a podcast, I listen to, YouTube, a YouTube video. It's all very I'm just taking it in, being with nature. The other way that you can be creative around losing the weight, or making things a little healthier for you, is making your own lunch. I know. So many people, I don't cook, I don't this, I don't that. All right, I feel you. But one of the things, I keep it simple. I am not Martha Stewart. I'm not raising chickens in my backyard and all that good stuff. I keep it simple. I will buy some chicken. I will put some salt, some pepper, and some olive oil. And a little balsamic vinegar and some Dijon mustard. I will marinate that for 20-30 minutes. I'll throw that on my grill. Then I will buy some shredded carrots, some shredded cabbage, and a bag of like the mixed lettuce, the spinach, the kale, whatever. A thing of feta cheese, some olives, wham, bam, thank you ma'am. I got a salad. I got lunch. All I gotta do is take out, everything's pre-chopped. I don't chop. Everything's pre-chopped. All I have to do is cut my chicken. And every day I pull out a breast of chicken. I chop up my chicken. I put it on top of my salad. I sprinkle a little olive oil and vinegar on my salad. Boom, lunch every single day. Simple, easy, peasy, and I'm not doing a darn thing. Now, if you're like, that's even too much for me, Kim. I think it's Applegate Farms. They have pre-cooked chicken. Pre-cooked chicken breast that isn't fried, that isn't breaded, and it tastes pretty good. It's not like one of those, you know, sometimes you get like that pre-cooked chicken and it's like just gross. It's really the best way to describe it. And it's really simple, it's really easy. And that way you can at least say, you know, you had a healthy meal. And I find that it's really easy to just grab all that stuff, put it together in 10 minutes or less. You're out the door. If you're someone who still has a corporate job, it's easy to put that together in a thing of Tupperware, put some dressing on the side, boom, done and out the door, ready to go. Ready to go, no muss, no fuss. You know, I know in major cities, so I'm hoping that some of you who aren't in major cities might have access to this. We have tons and tons of leagues. And in those leagues, well, so when I mean leagues, I mean like kickball, softball, soccer, you know, bring out that inner kid. You know, my friend Carol is really big into working with her clients around play. And be that inner kid, because I know I was surprised here in Boston, we have like these soccer leagues for people who like, and they're competitive, like they scout people and try to recruit you from one town to the other. And they're competitive soccer leagues for men who are over, I think Bruno's like 35. And, you know, he's in this competitive soccer league. So, you know, look around, you know, softball, anything, any movement that you like, kickball, whatever it is, like check out for leagues, because that's another way to creatively get in your movement without like going to the gym and slicking it out on the treadmill. I know this is like, you know, totally like cliche, but I'm going to say it anyway. You know, park a little further. You know, if you're here and you just park across the street, you're not really getting a lot of steps. But what if you park down the street? What if you park a couple blocks? You know, I know here in Boston, the T is really, a lot of the stops are very close together, except for near my house, but that's another story for another day. But the stops are really close together. So what if you got off 2 or 3 stops ahead and you got in that walk? Now I know here, you know, when it gets winter out, I know I feel you because it's cold. But in the summertime, in the spring, you know, I want to say we probably have through like Thanksgiving to like go out and like it not be like, you know, bitterly cold. So it's something to think about. Or even if you live in the suburbs, when you go to park, instead of trying to park close to the door, why don't you park the furthest spot out? And that gives you a little bit more space. And and when you're in the store, what if you took a couple extra laps? Or if you're in a plaza where you might be hitting 3 or 4 stores, what if you parked in the furthest corner and were able to like, you know, do a nice big loop? Just little, like every little creative way you can think of. That way you add in a little bit more health to yourself. So yeah, those are like some ideas about creativity. The thing about creativity, it's like you decide what your box is, like how much time do you have? And then you figure out what I can fill in that box. And I would love to be able to help you fill in that box, with brainstorming ideas. So you can reach me at squadleader@fabfitsquad.com, or I can also be found on my Facebook page, Kim Barnes Jefferson Coach, and I can be also found on Instagram, FabFitSquad. So I know with the creativity piece, that's just one piece of the Fabulously Thriving Framework. So if you're ready to break free from the never-ending stop-start of the diet cycle, I invite you to get the rest of the framework. And you can find that at bit.ly/fall thrive. And that breaks down all the pieces of the thriving framework, from courage to creativity to consistency to confidence, how you do it, examples, just breaks it all out for you and for you to be able to take it into your life. My next show is going to be on October 10th. Can you believe it? October. What? And the show is entitled Epic Fall. And I want to talk about, seasonal foods, recipes, getting fit for fall. Because what I want you to focus on is, if I start laying the groundwork down with good, healthy habits, I'm going to breeze through Christmas. I'm not even going to think like, oh my God, the holidays. I'm just going to be like, you know what? I got my habits on lock and I'm ready to go. So on October 10th, join me here at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I will be talking more about fall. We got tailgates, we got fairs. Now is the season for comfort food. What can I toss in my crock pot to make it really super, super fast? Like me and my crock pot, like this. We'll also talk, what's in season and what you should be tossing in your cart, and what's on its way out of season, so that you might want to stock up before you can't find it anymore. So it has been an amazing time chatting with you, and I will see you again in October. Again, please feel free to download my Fabulously Thriving Framework. It's bit.ly/fall thrive. And I will talk to you guys in October.